Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Manufa Collectibles here with yet another Hot Toys unboxing and review video. And today, finally, the wait is over. We're taking a look at the one and only Nebula from Avengers Endgame. As always, I'm gonna go over the packaging, the accessories, and of course the figure. But before we start, if you wanna get this figure or any other day one releases, make sure you check out Pop Collectibles, link in the description below. Also, if you are new to the channel and you want to check out the latest Hot Toys releases and posting videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification icon so you don't miss anything. Alright, enough with the talking. We came here to see Nebula after so many months. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, and here we have the packaging, and as you can see, we have a very nice picture of Nebula in the front, with Nebula here, MMS 534 at the bottom. This is the side of the box with Avengers logo. This is the back of the box with all the crates and warnings. Small pieces, do not eat it. This is the other side of the box with a continuation of the same pattern from the front, looking very good. The bottom with the Avengers logo, and of course the top that says Nebula. Enough with the box, let's open this up and take a better look at the figure. Now, we've been waiting for so long for this figure, and finally she's here in the channel to do the review. So let me remove the cover so we can have and we can see Nebula. As you can see, we have a very nice packaging. Let me remove the plastic so we can appreciate the details, and this is how you'll see Nebula in the packaging. We have the accessories there, the hands, and of course the base underneath Nebula, looking very cool. Now what I'm gonna do next is take everything out and take a closer look at the figure. And here we have Nebula, guys, and she looks amazing. I really like the suit, the mechanic arm, and of course the head sculpt, looking very cool. So now let's do a little bit of a close-up so we can appreciate all the details. You can see the paint application on the eyes looking on point. This is the side of the head. Really like the texture. You can see those little the design is just very well done. This is the back of the head. I kind of like the shape as well, looking basically like the movie. This is the side with the mechanical piece on the eye with a golden piece, and of course the front. She looks super cool. This is the top of the head, and you can see the details if we focus. Let's see here. Here we go. I think it looks a little better. So it looks very cool. I kind of like this design as well on the top. Kind of like impression of the hair, but it's not hair. Obviously not. Now taking a look at the suit, you can see the small little patterns there with a nice red color. Now it looks like leather, but it's not, and that's a problem because there is a limitation on the articulation as well, which we're gonna go over later in the video, so don't worry. This is the side of the figure. We can see the mechanical arm, very nicely painted, and you can see the wires, or kind of like look like wires, painted in green and red. Now we have the belt, and of course those little things that you put the gun holder, which is a pain to put. Moving down to the pants, you can see the patterns there, and this piece here, which is sculpted with the pen, so it's not removable. Looks very good, nicely painted as well. You can see some weathering here and there. And moving down, you can see the knee pads, which is again one solid piece, and of course the boots. And this is another problem that I found in this figure, is the articulation on the feet, which again we're gonna go over later in the articulation section. So you can see the weathering on the boots as well at the bottom, very nicely done, and the bottom of the feet with the marble logo. Now this is the back. You can see the continuation of the weathering as well as the very nicely sculpted boots. Let me show you so you can see that. This is the back. You can see the gun holder as well next to around the leg, and the detail on the belt in the back. That's where you put the other baton, in those little two holes. This is the back. You can see a very nice weathering as well on the suit, and of course the front. Very cool. Now let's do some articulation, shall we? So for Nebula, you can move the head up this much, down this much, to the sides this much. It's a ball joint, no problem. For the arm, you can lift it for about this much, and of course you can do a full 360 with this mechanical arm, which is a huge plus. Now there is one solid piece, so there's no bicep swivel, but you can bend the elbow about this much. Very limited in my opinion, but again, it does the job. And of course, the classic peg articulation. You can move it to the side, and that's basically it. Now, for the real arm, you can lift the arm about this much forward. Actually, you have some swivel here, and you can move it forward about this much. Not bad. And of course, back about this much. And you can bend the elbow about this much, and just be very careful with the material, because you know, if you leave it in extreme poses, you may damage the suit, and you don't want that. Now you have the classic peg articulation on this one as well. Now for the torso, we have a little bit of swivel and up crunch, so really not that bad. Actually, very decent swivel. Now you can do a split for about this much, and again, be careful with the pants. You have some swivel on the thighs. You can lift the leg for about this much, and of course back for about this much, maybe a little more. Now just be careful with the material, and you can bend the knee about this much. And again, I'm a broken record, just be careful when you pose this figure, especially with the material. Now this is the problem, there's absolutely not ankle pivot, and that pisses me off because I've been seeing these figures recently with these limitations, so that's a bummer. Now let's do some comparisons. And here we have Nebula next to Black Widow. They look super good together, and of course Nebula is way too taller. Now for the next one, we have someone who's about the same height, the one and only Captain Marvel. And also they look super cool together. Nebula is just a bit taller, but still they look super cool. Last but not least, we have the one and only the Wasp. And yes, this is about the same height. Not bad in my opinion. Now let's take a closer look at the accessories. And here we have all the accessories, and started with the display base. As you can see, very nicely done with Avengers logo here in the front with a nice glossy A, and of course Nebula name tag. That's basically it for the base. Now for the next one, we have a very nice lining effect, which you can put on in the baton. So as you can see, very nicely designed with a cool translucent color. And that's basically it for these two pieces here. Now for the next one, we have the gun, and let me show you. I really like the paint application as well as the silver with the golden and the white. This is one side, this is the front, this is the other side. As you can see, very nice detail on the handle as well, the back, and of course the top. Very cool. Now for the next one, we have the gun holder, which by the way, it is a pain in the butt to put that on Nebula. But nonetheless, it is very nicely done, sculpted, and very cool paint application. Now you can put the gun like so. As you can see, you just push it and that's it. Looking very, very cool. That's basically it for this piece. Now for the next one, we have the two batons. And as you can see, very nicely done, very cool metallic silver color. This is the front, and this is the design and the patterns on the handle. And for the last piece, we have the retractable or retracted baton. Again, very nice metallic silver, and you can see some weathering as well. And that's basically it. Now this figure comes with 5 hands, and one mechanic and one regular. So let me show you both. On the mechanic one, you can see some cool wire effects, as well as the golden and silver colors looking very good. And of course the other hand with the blue, or the light blue and the red pattern. And of course the rest of the hands are right here. Now this is gonna take me to my final thoughts about this figure. I'm very, very happy with this figure. And to start with the likeness, I think it is on point. I mean, the head sculpt is just fantastic. Now this figure comes with a decent amount of accessories. It is not a lot, but I think it is the right amount for this particular character. Now the articulation is very good. The only problem I see is the feet. With a price point of about $240, it is definitely a no-brainer. And because of that, my final score is 8.5 out of 10. And if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my Instagram and Facebook group 6Scale Media for anything related 1/6 scale figures. both links in the description below. And if you have some time, check out these two cool videos. And as always, be well and see you around in the next video.